Hey guys, it's Sheridan. Welcome back to another video. I kind of wanted to do a few casual videos in between my normal ones, so this is going to be pretty quick. I just wanted to share with you something really cool that happened last week while I was traveling. If you've seen a couple of my healing videos, you know that I really believe in evangelism and outreach and healing and miracles, and I want to make it a part of my lifestyle, and I encourage other people to do the same. So when I was driving, I had to stop at a rest stop. I was on my way to Philadelphia for a couple weeks, and I was just walking inside of this little rest stop building, and I saw this sweet older man. He was the maintenance guy for the facilities. I could see him emptying out all of the trash cans on the property, and I could also see that he had a really terrible limp, and it was just very obvious that he was in a lot of pain. But I was also in task orientation mode. I'm thinking I need to get to where I'm going as quickly as possible. I don't really want to slow down for anything. And so I'm like, God, if you want me to pray for him, bring him over to me, because he was like way far away from me. It would have taken a bit of time to get to him and to strike up a conversation. And then like a moment later, suddenly he's right where I am. I don't know if I lost track of time. I don't know how he got to where I was, but he was right next to me. I'm like, okay, I can tell he's in pain. It might slow me down a couple minutes, but it's worth praying for him because he is seriously suffering, and he was an older gentleman. So I went up to him, struck up a conversation with him, asked him how he was doing. His name is Tyrone, and I could tell that he kind of maybe had a mental disability. I'm a social worker, and I've worked with kids and adults with special needs, so I could kind of pick up that there might be something with his cognitive development too. But he was so sweet, and I asked him, hey, is there anything that gives you pain in your body when you're walking? Because it was very obvious he had a limp. And he said, yes, I am in a lot of pain right now. I have sciatic nerve damage or something to that extent. And I said, well, would it be all right with you if I pray with you? And he was like, oh my gosh, yes, it would be all right. And so I prayed for him. It probably took 10 to 15 seconds to pray for him. And the very moment I was done praying for him, he was completely healed, 100% of all of the pain. And I was like, hey, can you do me a favor and kind of test it out and see if you feel better? And he's like, yeah, I feel perfect. And so I got confused. I'm like, what do you mean you feel perfect? He's like, I feel good now. I'm like, did you start feeling better whenever I prayed for you? And he said, yeah. And he's like, I'm like, well, can you walk around and see if it feels different? And he started walking, no limp whatsoever. So I just wanted to clarify, because sometimes I just don't want to assume that the healing happened when I prayed. So I'm like, okay, wait, you were in pain before I prayed. Yes, but you're not in pain now. And he's like, no pain whatsoever. So he started walking around, no limp. He was so happy, and he was just praising Jesus. And it just really hit me that God honors simple faith, and that we don't have to overcomplicate things. Sometimes I pray for people who are like intellectuals or really smart people, and not nearly as often do I see healing when I pray for people who are what we consider like big time people. It's usually the simple people, like the custodians, the cashiers, the homeless people I meet on the street, children, the elderly population. I don't know why it is, but when I pray for people who they have a simplicity about them, they don't think themselves bigger than they are, healing just comes more naturally. And I'm not building a theology on that, but there is something to it, because when I pray for people on the streets, they get healed at a much higher rate than like when I pray for people in maybe a work environment, or maybe I'm hanging out with my colleagues or something like that. So I think there's something to simple faith that leads to great results. And I wanted to share this video just to encourage you that evangelism and healing should just be part of a lifestyle. It shouldn't just be this anomaly where only those hotshot Christians are walking their faith out. I think we all have an opportunity to live our faith out loud, and it takes constant work and effort, but it's really worth it. And I'm so glad that God allowed me to be the person that met Tyrone that day, because it really impacted me, and it just reminds me, oh yeah, this is what it's really about, stopping for the person in front of you and being the hands and feet of Jesus. And it was so simple, and it didn't even take 5 minutes. So I encourage you to do the same. Allow God to lead you to love on the one person that He highlights in your life today. All right, hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.